I opened my computer just to see this this video. I guess I was watching the other day, but I had no recollection of it. It was like the popular MMOs I got arrested video, and it was just
I
like,
went to jail.
yeah.
There was like this one night that I had like a sleepover with my friend, and we were watching like Try Not to Laugh videos at like 5 a.m. and we're like, all right, let's just go to bed. I'm gonna go back in because I need to get food. We like just shut the laptop that we were watching it on, and then the next morning, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna open this again. Like right as we're waking up, and it's like a really slow laptop, so it's like taking a forever to load. Like before the screen even turns on, it just starts auto playing this YouTube video of like a Try Not to Laugh, and it's just like the loudest. It's like, bam, 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 bam. And then like some kid like smashing the head on a table. It was just the audio. It played so loud. It's like 7 in the morning. And we're like, oh!
that reminds me of like I used to have like nightmares about Undyne from Undertale because so I got this illegal copy of Undertale when I was younger because I couldn't afford the $10 it was.
What?
And
Oh.
I was like right before the Undyne fight, and I was like, all right, it's time to take a break. I'm too tired, and so I just closed my laptop, and at 3 a.m. or like my laptop would always do this thing where it would just like turn on random times, and it would like do like the like where like the lights would go on and stuff like that. And so it did that. It did that like 3 a.m. and then it's just like dun, 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 and I'm like, oh. Oh, I have food. There's 2
surface.
apples. Yummy.
Wait. Wow. Wait, don't eat them. It's not up here.
I have a continuation of the story I said last time about the teacher who was like chill but then got really mad. I had this dream. So, you know like Just Dance and like Super Smash Bros? I
do know those 2 specific things.
Oh, thank God. I had a dream they made like a combined version of them, like a dancing fighting game where like the gimmick was like every character in the cast had like a rival, and like the cast was like a bunch of things from like different media, like Sonic or like SpongeBob and all that stuff. But one of the cast members was just that teacher. And it was like the only like human being, and like his rival was Tough Puppy from Butch Hartman's Tough Puppy.
I used to love that show.
I never have seen it.
It'd be the battle of the century.
I was just telling my friend about that. I'll put his little Discord username on the screen, Zambama, so you guys can harass him. We just got ice cream together, and my dad like really likes ice cream. So we like if I tell him that I got ice cream, he'll be like, "Oh, can you get me some?" So I just got home, and he was like, "Where'd you guys go?" And I was like, "Around." And then he was like, "What do you want for dinner?" And he was like, and my mom was like, "Well, they just ate ice cream." So and he was like, "What?"
Oh. What did you say?
And he was like telling me the story about how there's this movie called like Zoolander or something that he watched as a kid or something, and like there was this drink, like this made up drink called like an orange mocha frappuccino or something, and like he went to Starbucks and asked for it, and they were like, "I have no idea what that is." And he thought it was real.
He saw it in the movie.
Yeah, and
it would look so appetizing in the movie.
And he had to like do like a little walk of shame out of the Starbucks and never show his face there again. And like he's like, you know, I could tell them the recipe and then they could just make it for me. And I'm like, I don't think that's how it works.
Yeah, I could run down to the store, buy the ingredients, give them to them, and they could just make it for me. I don't see what's stopping them.
Yeah.
Why did you place these?
Dude, that wasn't me. I think that was Hero Brian. Holy crap!
Oh my god! You've been trolled. Yes, you probably been. Yeah, I'm like so tired right now because I went to bed at like 2 a.m. because I was watching Breaking Bad, and then I was like, okay, I gotta sleep in this morning, and you know when you're like half asleep. You get like fading in and out of sleep, but you're like still having a dream.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, yeah, I was having that, except for like from 6 to 10 a.m. I was having this like, what is going on?
Why are there so many?
don't know.
Wait, give me a sec.
Guys.
I need to submit a school assignment.
Okay. Well, I'll just dig out while you're doing that.
And we're back.
I'm at Y100. I really should have hit the surface by now.
Oh,
I hit the surface.
What was your story even finished about staying up?
No, it wasn't finished.
Shit, my bad.
Yeah, so I was like half between asleep and awake, and I was having this like, I'm like trying so hard to sleep, but I keep waking up, and I'm like having this vision of like a Walter White X Springtrap fan fiction happening in my head for hours, and it won't. I'm like, stop it. I couldn't, like, it was actually torture.
I have never slept the amount I did on Friday. I got home at like 2:30, and I watched Fiona and Cake, and then I fell asleep at like 3:30, and I woke up at 9 to like a million missed calls from my mom, and they thought that like, since like, okay, so like they like looked at the cameras and they saw they saw that my dog was like asleep, and then they knew that I was asleep because I wasn't answering. So like, their assumption was that there was like carbon monoxide like leak in the house that like was making us drowsy and like die.
What?
Yeah, and then like my dad was like,
wait, where did that come?
I don't know. I don't like. It was just their immediate assumption, and my dad was like, check the basement to see if it smells like carbon monoxide. My mom's like, carbon monoxide doesn't smell like anything.
Okay, but does it taste like carbon monoxide? Here, take this.
Slimy yet satisfying. Oh, thank God, one. Oh, I need to tell you about my math teacher. Or sorry, my geometry teacher. He is the most insane teacher that I've ever had in in my 19 years of teaching. This is the craziest experience that I've had. So he does this thing where he like hardly teaches at all, and he goes off on these like long tangents, and like they're like really weird and unrelated to what we're learning. And so he's like, you guys hear about the story where like the people got stuck in this like ice place and had to like eat each other? And we were all like,
what?
We were like, no. And he's like, yeah, well, it happened. And you know, if that was me there, it'd take me a couple days for me to have to eat anyone. But if I had to, and then he points at me and he's like, I'd eat you. I'm like, what? And then a couple days after that, he was like, what's your favorite ice cream, kid? And I was like, mint chocolate chip. And he's like, my mom liked mint chocolate chip. It was the only thing that stopped her from going crazy because she had Alzheimer's. So maybe you'll die from Alzheimer's too.
What?
And I'm like, what?
What?
He's like, actually, the most insane teacher I've ever
He has it out for you.
Yeah, I know.
I'll set the stage for all the Professor Minor viewers. When I was in driver's ed a couple years ago, I had this teacher. And have you ever watched, what's it called? This show on like Disney Channel or something where they're like, it's like the next generation of the human race is living in my basement.
Lab rats.
Do you remember the principal from that show?
Yeah.
My driver's ed teacher looked exactly like her. And she was really weird. Like, anyway, like one time she was talking about like this cat.
In a hat.
Actually, so here, let me make an example of this cat. So, let me just, I don't have any wood, never mind. Basically, she was talking about her neighbor who, like, accidentally ran over her own cat in, like, the driveway, and then, like, had to, like, go and, like, choke it to death to, like, put it out of the misery. And she thought it was the funniest thing ever.
What the
She was, like, laughing so hard about She was telling us because she thought it was funny. She like thought it was so funny, and we're like, what? And then she was like, oh yeah, so for her birthday, I got her these like little joke gifts about it. And we're like, what is wrong with you?
That's insane. Okay. Also, what market is selling like, cat killing stuff?
I don't know. It must have been like a custom thing. I don't know. And then she was like telling us one time about how she was like, oh yeah, I used to actually live in California. But then, you know, I got caught for speeding, and then I just ran away and fled the state, and then I moved here, and that's how I avoided the ticket. And we're like, what?
What?
Like, she just said it so nonchalantly and moved on. Our driver's ed teacher, by the way, is apparently an escaped fugitive that is on the run because she broke driving laws in California.
And that's how we
been
get
here.
to today's video. Hey guys, Professor Crimer here. I forgot to do it earlier, so there we go. There we go.
There's the intro. I was trying to do the BFT.
I could tell.
Lab rats.
They don't say that. They don't say lab rats.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
I'm gonna play it right now. They say lab rats. They spray lab wipes. Don't kill me though.
It wasn't me.
Lab. Oh, okay. Seems not that Thomas in front. Here we go. Here we go.
Take a tour of a place.
Okay.
From the comfort of your phone.
That's awesome.
Wait, what was I
All right,
doing?
don't die, then.
Why did I just?
I really don't know. Another crafting table just left out here. I have 2 right now. How many do you have?
Yeah, I also have 2. So at work, I was like complaining about like my U.S. history quiz, and like I was like, I'm so bad at this, and this guy just overhears and like walks over. Oh no, he like runs over and he's like, I'm quite the history buff myself. I can tutor you if you need it. And I was like, oh my god. And he like,
That's awesome.
And I was like, oh, no, I'm good. And he's like, no, really though, I'm great. And then like, literally just yesterday, he was talking to some other kid, and I was just trying to avoid him because he's so annoying, and like, and he was like saying like, yeah, all my classes are really easy. Like I have forensics, I have history. Yeah, I'm kind of a history buff, and I was like trying to get my attention. And I was
Wink,
like,
wink, wink.
nudge. I was like, oh my god. And then like,
Oh my god.
so our service desk closes at 6 p.m. I work at a grocery store, by the way, and this person was asking for like a store card to get like points or whatever when they buy stuff, and I was like, oh yeah, you can just get one at the service desk, and it was 6:01, and I was like, can you just make a store card for the person, because like all you have to do is like scan a number, and then they can make one like right away. And he's like, I'm sorry, the service desk is actually closed. And I was like, dude, it closed 1 minute ago. Just do it. And he's like, oh, that's not really in our rule set. I can't just do that. And I was like, well,
I'm afraid that's a no can do, buddy.
There was this tweet I saw that reminded me of him so much. It was this Twitter account that just like posts like intros to cartoons. And it was like the Milo Murphy's Law intro, and this guy was like commenting, was like, "Is that?"
I saw that.
And he's like, "Is that Weird Al?" And the guy replied, "Was like, yep, that's the titular character, Milo Murphy, voiced by Weird Al." This one kid today was like he's like a stalker or whatever. He like stalks the shelves. And,
What?
Huh?
Oh.
No, he's not a stalker. He's a stalk.
I think he was like, oh yeah, this one kid's a stalker.
And he was not doing anything. He just kept like he just kept like talking to his friend, and this our manager, who's like really chill, like got like really mad. So like that's when you know it's bad. And he was like, you know what? Why don't me and you have a talk? And then he was like, you too, Professor Minor. And I was like, what? What'd I do? And he's like, no, you're not in trouble. I just have to have you in the room with me so people don't accuse me of doing something inappropriate. And like I was just there, and I just started like laughing. Like she was like, can you just actually do your job? And I was just like laughing, and like she was like eating like a piece of rotisserie chicken the whole time. She like just did not want to be
It's a cartoon.
Literally. So my friend was working on register, and I was on self-checkout, so we were kind of far away from each other. So whenever like there was like no one there, at like the self-checkout, I would just like walk up to her to talk to her because I would get bored. And like this really old lady I was working with, and like she walked up to me when I was doing that. She's like, can you please stop running away? Like, I need you to be here. I can't just do this by myself. And I was like,
what?
I was like, oh, I'm sorry. And then like later, this girl like asked me to asked me to find something for her, and so I went to find it. Oh, I just jumped down a hole. So I went to find it, and then she walked up to me while I was helping the girl with her like arms like folded or no, arms crossed, and was just like, "What do you think you're doing?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm helping a customer." It's like, "You can't leave your post." I'm like, "Okay."
What?
Like, what is the issue? It's my job to help people.
No, I can't do that. Sorry. I just tried to use the dragon egg as fuel. For some reason, it didn't work.
Can you tell that I'm eating a piece of pizza right now?
Guess I use it. Not at all.
It's really good. I don't know where it's from, but my mom just walked in and put a slice of pizza down and walked away.
Yeah, I heard you just go, "Thank you." I wasn't sure what that was about.
Cat in the Hat with the Dr. Blog.
Oh, the crossover. The Cat in the Hat with the dog at the block.
Dude, that show was so bad. That was like
What?
that was the one show on Disney like when I was younger that I just like, or was it Nickelodeon? Well, whatever it was on, I just remember it was like the only thing I
Disney.
didn't like.
I remember liking it. I thought the dog was great.
He was really creative.
I thought the titular character of the dog was very
the titular Milo
accentuated.
Do you like my sword, my diamond sword?
Not really.
Okay, I'm just really mad right now. I'm actually trying really hard not to beat you up right now.
I don't really know about the titular world history buff kind of guy, but I don't know about you, but I don't even know what I'm saying.
You're just throwing words together. Well, I'm not really sure about the titular history world buff, but if I were to calculate my reservations, I would understand that the approximation is about 4.3 centimeters.
This episode, I will not die once.
Wait, you didn't mine up that bed that you slept in, did you? Zero deaths this episode.
In Moana, where they're like, "I am Moana." I remember like we were watching the movie in middle school, like cause like we had a free day or something, and at that part I like really loudly went like, "I am a llama" instead of Moana, and I thought I was like,
Whoa.
I thought it was like really funny, and everyone was just like, "Okay." And I was like super sad.
I remember like, okay, me and like a couple of like people are in this like Undertale roleplay server that's been inactive for like 4 years. It's like a Discord server we found. And every once in a while we'll like go in there and send something. And these people, I swear, they're like actually stuck in the past. Some other person came in and he was like, "Guys, I just figured something out." And then sent an image where it was like the Undertale and Deltarune logo, and then like the letters were like there were arrows pointing to them, but it did like to show it was an anagram.
Holy
posted in
crap.
2023.
Holy crap! This guy's onto something.
I like found my cartridge of Mario Luigi Paper Jam a couple months ago. I guess it was like a year ago at this point. And I was looking at it, and I had like 100%ed on like 3 separate profiles. And I swear to God, I don't have a single memory from that game. I thought I dropped it after like an hour. And I opened it up, and I was like walking through the world. I was like, what is this place? And it was from like 2015. Like it wasn't
so scary.
I know. I was literally like walking through the world. I was like, I don't recognize any of this at all, like even remotely. It was so
bad you like traumatized it out of your brain.
Yeah, because I remember watching videos of it on like I was watching the like big papercraft battles on YouTube like a couple months before, and I was like, oh, that actually looks pretty cool. It's kind of, I never got to try that out. And then I go and check my game. I was like, maybe I should go see if I got close to one. It turns out I had beaten all of them. I genuinely don't remember doing that at all.
So like Luigi finds
honest.
this book in a library, and it's like the book of Paper Mario. So like in universe,
Oh.
Paper Mario is like a story, and so like he opens it and all the characters come to life and like go into the Mario and Luigi world.
I like that you're explaining this to me as the person who played it for like 3 minutes on an emulator for someone who 100%ed the game like 3 times. Are you kidding me?
What did I just do?
It got in right after you. For my screen, it looked like it just really wanted to get in the boat.
It happened to.
Why
What?
my
It
boat
just
just
went through the floor.
Pretty high.
Like above
A little
the
higher.
chorus fruit?
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Like here?
Yeah. Me and my friend used to make like Minecraft theories, because we were like, the soul sand in Minecraft. I was like talking to him, and I was like, I just had this brain blast, right? When you kill something in Minecraft, it turns into little dust particles. And then if you go to the Nether, there's soul sand, and I think that the soul sand is made of the dust from when things die in Minecraft. Because they go to the Nether, which is hell.
That's crazy. I'm also thinking LV means level of violence or something.
I had a dream that Snapcube, which is like the person who uploads the Sonic fan dubs, was just like, "Hey, you want to be in the next fan dub?" I was like, "Yeah!" And they like got a bunch of guests like celebrities in it. They had like Dane TM in it, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is crazy!" And then like the whole dream was just me waiting for like everyone to show up to record, and like no one was showing up. And I was like, "Come on, guys, come on, we gotta record the fan dub." I had a dream that the next Sonic fan dub came out. Like, I know this exact scene in my head, but I forget what it is now. It was like Eggman in this jungle where like there were a bunch of houses in the trees that were like, there was like bridges between them.
Oh, you must have
And he was just, like, in
seen
this
that
village.
because that's like in Sonic Unleashed.
What?
No, I'm lying.
Wait, for real? Me and my friend go to this place called where it's just it's a restaurant that has board games at it, and it is like the most fun thing because every time we go there I lose terribly because every time, like the first time we went there, he was like, hey, let's play Battleship. I just realized Battleship is there. I was like, oh, okay. The entire time we played Battleship and I kept losing, and then like it got to the point where like the manager came over. Or I guess like the second round, the manager came over and saw us playing, and he was like, "Okay, I'm gonna bet on you winning." And I was like, "That's a bad idea." And he's like, "No, I'm betting on you winning this one." I was like, "Okay," and I lost. And he was like, "I was betting on you, dude." I was like, "I'm sorry."
You asshole. We do this thing in US
So
history
every
where
time
right
I'm
before
sorry.
our test,
Every time we
like,
come in
a
now, he's
couple
like,
days before,
"You have to do
we
better,
do a Jeopardy
man."
game.
Like he's
where,
he's actually
half
like
the
really
room is
funny.
split up or whatever, and the side that like wins gets like +5 points on the test. We had 1,985 points, and the other team had -10. and like. But like we were being like such like a-hole tryhards, cause like we got like double Jeopardy, and we're like and like the teacher was like, we can risk it all, and like I was like, all right guys, maybe we shouldn't, and he was like, let's just do it. And so we risked it all, and we lost all of our points, and then still ended up winning by like over 1,000. And like. So, well, the question was related to history, and like he told us to not really focus on memorizing the first names of the people, and like just memorize the last names, because that's all that mattered for the test. And there's this person, Dorothy Dix, and I think we can see where this is going. So like one of the questions, I hit the buzzer, and he's like, what's the answer? And I was like, Dix! And he was just like, okay, +10. Okay, +10 for the Windows side.
Okay, +10.
This girl in my art class visited the grocery store I was working at, and like was like, "Yo, Lily," and I was like, "Hi." I think she was like drunk or like high or something, or like a combination of them, and because she like kept doing these like hand signals for every single word that she said, and it wasn't like sign language. She was like saying like, "You're in my art class with Mrs. T," and like she like did like a T with her hand. And I was like, yeah. And she's like, and she just kept like doing these like things. It was like, and she's like a mind blown like thing with her hand. She's like, that's crazy. And I'm like, what is happening right now? And she was like, who's that girl you're friends with the dark hair? And I'm like, you're gonna have to be a little bit more specific. And she was like, oh yeah, I remember her name now. She's carrying our project. And then I was like texting my friend about it. I was like, yeah, she's the only one doing work for it. They're just watching her do the work. I was like, oh. It's like the weirdest interaction I've had with anyone in my entire life. Especially since the person she was with was wearing
That's
like
so
a
cool.
Halloween costume. And it was like
What?
It was like a fireball, which is like some like alcohol or whatever. And it was just like a costume of that. And then the girl wearing the costume was like, snap a picture of me and her. snap a picture of me and her. And then she was like, all right. And then they made us take a picture together. I'm like, what is happening right now?
A couple weeks ago, I went to Comic-Con. There was someone selling like Deltarune art. It was like bad art, to be honest. it was like Susie and Noelle, and there's like a Spamton one. And I was like, man, I'd buy that if it wasn't bad. Anyway, so
bad. That's so mean.
I didn't say that. I'm sorry. I'm
like,
sorry.
your
I
art is
support them,
terrible.
but just not with my money.
Not with my eyes either, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Every time I walk past that booth, I would like avert my eyes. I would just like look in the other. Don't look over there. Whatever you do, do not look in that direction. You're not going to like it. It wasn't that bad. I'm sorry. I'm walking home. My friend is just like, I'm just gonna go home with my dad, because his dad was there. It was like his dad's idea to go to Comic-Con. I guess his dad's like a nerd.
A history buff.
Yeah, he's a history buff for Comic-Con. And so I was like, okay, I'll just walk home myself. And I'm like walking down the street back to my car, and this guy like at the other side of the like road on the sidewalk is just like dancing and like singing something. And I'm like, here, can you pass me the instant? I was like, that's weird. There were some other people like nearby me, so I was like, maybe he's just like saying something to them. I couldn't tell what he was saying because he was so far down the street. He was just like, and like dancing. And then suddenly he's just like, hey, catch. And he has a burger in his hand, and he just throws it right at me. And it lands right next to me, and he's like, come on, man, why didn't you catch it? And I was like, what?
Why didn't you catch it? Come on.
I didn't know. I didn't know he was throwing it to me, because he threw it at me. I was like, no, there's no way he's throwing it to me. And it landed right next to me. He's like, come on, man, why didn't you catch it? And I'm like, who are you?
Keynote.
No! I sent like Maddie a package once of like a FNAF plush or something, because it was like her birthday. And on the deliver thing, I wrote her name as Maddie Idiot, because I thought it'd be funny. And then a while later, like on my birthday, she sent me something back, and she wrote as Will Idiot, and my mom found it before I did, and she was like, why is your name Will Idiot on this package? And I was like, I don't know, that must have just been my old account. And then she later sat me down, she's like, did you call yourself that because you feel bad about yourself? And she was like really concerned. I was like, what? Like she thought I was just, she was like, do you really think you're an idiot? I was like, no.
That's so funny.
Like as if I was like so mad at myself that I was writing my name on Amazon, and I was like, you idiot.
I hate you.
Send to Will Idiot because he's so stupid. Wait, watch out. Oh my god.
Snap.
My dad used to like go to pet stores for like hours and hours at a time, and he would bring us with him. So we just got used to like being there for like hours. And there's one time where I was so sick, and I was just in this pet store. I was like, I have to like sleep. So I went into one of the shelves. What? And I just like laid down on one of the dog beds, and I was like, I'm just gonna sleep here. And for some reason, like while I was laying down, I was just like, I'm just gonna pretend that there's a keyboard and mouse in front of me, and I'm gonna pretend to play Minecraft. And so I just like mimed this like fake keyboard and mouse in front of me, like I was playing Minecraft. And then like it slowly like started becoming real, and I don't know if I like fell asleep or if I was like awake, but I was just in Minecraft, and I was like running around, and it was like, I don't know, it was like
You've actually lost your mind. What the fuck?
Where am I?
Thank you. Are you kidding me? I was literally in the menu. I'm actually at
Great.
Alright, I'm turning on teleport perms.
I got like a random phone call from someone. I was like, I'm just gonna pick up. And so I picked up, and I was like, I actually can't talk right now. I'm recording a Minecraft Let's Play. And then I hung up.
Oh my god, you're cool.
And then Well, I've been getting like so many like random spam calls. I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna do it. So I was talking to Gabe, and he was like telling me to do it. So I did that, and then like later on, I got a text from that number, and it said, "Hey Nick, I don't have work tonight," and or it was like something told me I was like this person's dad was texting them, and I have a friend named Nick. Like the one person I hang out with is named Nick, and I was like, did I just do that to my friend's dad?
One time I went with my friend to like, she was getting her ears pierced, her second piercings or whatever at the mall, and like I just wanted to go with because I was bored, and her mom was like yelling at her the entire time, just like in front of me, and she was like, I don't like this, I don't want you to be doing this, and I'm just like, and then I'm like thinking like, if you don't want her to, then why are you taking her to? For the last time we were like walking in the door, she was like, I'm not happy. And then she just like looks at me like as if she like wants a validation or something, and I'm just like, yeah. And then like,
and then you look at her and you say, you are a bad mom.
While she was getting her ears pierced, I was just like awkwardly next to the mom, and she was like, you know, my son wants to get his ears pierced too, and I was like,
what does this world come to?
And I was like, It's like, I just don't get boys nowadays. Like, what is this change? I'm not prepared for it. And I was just like,
what does that mean?
And I was just like, yeah, crazy stuff. I had no idea how to reply to it.
I used to have a friend that like would FaceTime me all the time, and I was like, it would be so cool if you just looked at another Enderman.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
Oh.
So I was thinking like, it would be so cool if when they like FaceTime me, I was in the middle of like an adventure, because we used to play Minecraft together. So I would like download like mods in like the hopes that they would like call me, and I'd just be like, I'm in a bit of a pickle right now, and then I would like show my screen, and I was like doing something crazy in Minecraft. So I remember I downloaded this like roller coaster mod or something like that, and I was just like sat there like having it like go across the world for like an hour, just like waiting for them to call me, and they never did.
My god. Any second now.
Yeah, literally. And I remember like, as I remember like saying this to them before, I was like, you might see me like going on some adventures sometime soon, because I've been doing a little adventuring. Like I actually said that to them. I was little. I was like 9.
This is like yesterday.
Yeah, it's actually last week. But yeah, so I'm thinking for like the next video, it's just gonna cut in to us doing like the roller coaster mod. And we'll be like, didn't see you there, audience. We were just on a little bit of an adventure there.
There was this guy in middle school that I was friends with, and
Wow.
so when like Friday Night Funkin' became like popular, this was like in like 8th grade or something. He like he would just like do like, he would like be like, oh, I love this song from Friday Night Funkin', and like at like recess he'd just be like, beep boop beep boop beep boop beep, like trying to sing it. I think he was like, we like left in like art to like pick up something, and then like me and like my other friend, like we like moved, he was like, don't touch my stuff, and we moved his pencil case like 1 inch, and they were like, notice anything different? And he's like, you know you're not funny, by the way, right? Like you try to do these whole jokes, but you're actually just not funny. And I was just like, what the F? He would always be like, want to play a game? And I was like, yeah, sure. But he would only want to play like single player games like Overwatch and stuff. So we just do this thing where like we'd like hand off the controller to each other basically. And like he would like play for like an hour, and I'd just be like watching him, and I'd be like, okay. And then I'd finally get a turn, and like after one we'd be like, come on, let me play. and like I just remember one time I was like playing, like I was playing as like the healer person, and like I would like, do this thing where I just like go up to people who already had full health. I would just like start healing them, like because I thought it was funny. And he'd be like, "You're just wasting my time and everyone's time." And like he would just get so mad. And I never even realized this till like recently, because like I didn't like register how Overwatch worked. His microphone was on. Everyone was just hearing him like angry at me.
To be fair, I think that's about par for the course for an Overwatch match.
just think it's so funny to me.
He's the perfect crowd. I don't know why, but this just reminded me of this guy I knew in 7th grade. At the beginning, he would like always stick with me, and I like hated him so much. He would do like actual 2012 memes in like 2018. Like he would always be like, "It's over 9,000," and I was like, "That's awesome." And then like he would always do the thing where he'd be like, he would say like random words. So he'd be like, muffins and bananas. Like, one time I had to do this like I did this woodworking project with him. And it was like the most painful experience of my life. Cause like the whole time he's like we're like doing the like thing where you have to like saw the wood, and we're like listening to the directions, and he's just like, "Don't put your fingers near this saw until it's fully off, or else you're gonna cut your fingers off." And so like after I know he didn't listen to those directions, so I'm like, "Okay, dude, like don't put your fingers in the saw until it's done." And he's like, "Okay." And then he instantly does it, and I'm like, "What is wrong with you? I just told you not to do that." And he's like, "Come on, dude. I'm not. Of course I knew that. I'm not stupid."
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, "Oh, okay, yeah." Yeah. And then like, so the whole time I'm like doing all the like screws to like put our thing together, because I know that like the second he does it, he's gonna do it wrong. And then he's like, "Oh, can I actually do this one?" And I was like, "Yeah, okay, sure." So I let him do it, and of course he does it like completely wrong. He like messes it up like so much that we have to like redo the like half the project. I don't even know how he like, because he just like kept going. He's like, "No, I actually want to do the next one too." And he did like half the thing, and he did it all wrong. And I was like, "Oh my god."
Oh my god.
So like at the end of the project, like we finally get this thing done, and the teacher's like, "All right, so here's some markers. Draw some like fun designs on the side of your like trebuchets," because we built trebuchets.
It's trebuchet,
Like tennis ball.
Oh,
Yep.
sync.
I knew you were gonna say that, because I knew that the second you heard the word trebuchet, the first thing you're gonna think of is BFDI. But they're actually real objects in the real world, actually. So
What?
back to our titular character here. So I'm like doing drawings on it. I'm like drawing characters on it, right? And then I get up for like a second to like go get a different marker. I come back, and he's like drawn like all over mine, like completely blacked them out.
Oh,
And I'm like,
my god.
like I come back, and he's like in the middle of doing. I'm like, "Why did you do that?" And he's like, "I'm pranking. It's a prank."
Oh, okay.
And I was like, "Okay, well, stop doing that." And he was like, "Okay." And then I go away again. I come back, and he's doing it again. He's like done all of them. Like, "What is wrong with you?" he's like, "Dude, it's a joke. I'm just pranking you." I was like, "What is wrong?" I was like, Jimmy's so mad at him. And then okay, so like our whole project is now covered in like black blobs and like scribbles. I'm like, "Great." So I'm like, "Okay, do you want to bring it home?" And he's like, "Oh, I don't know. I don't really know." And I was like, "Okay, well, one of us has to bring it home." And he's like, "Okay, well, how about you just bring it home?" And I'm like walking home that day, so I have to like wheel this trebuchet all the way home, and the wheel keeps falling off the entire time. So I'm like, I have to like keep like literally every 10 steps the wheel falls off, and I have to go back and put it back on, and then keep going, because it just doesn't go without the other wheel. And then the next day at school, he's like, "Oh, actually, I want it. Actually, I want to have it." And I'm like, "Okay."
Great.
So I bring it back into school, and then I like put it there for him to take it, and I like leave it in the classroom, and then it's just like sitting in the classroom for an actual week because he's just not taking it. I'm like, "Bro, I brought this back for you. Like, are you gonna take it or not?" And he's like, "Oh, I might." I'm like,
You might.
"Yeah." Dude, he was just like, God, like the like worst possible person. And then like okay, I remember like I used to like complain about this person to my mom because I like thought it was funny. And I guess one time there was like a parent teacher conference that I didn't go to. This was in like middle school. I didn't realize my mom had even gone to it. I thought you were trying to hit the Enderman. I was like, "What is wrong with you?" She just texts me on my phone. I just get a text that says "and is here." And I thought he was at my house. Like it just had Logan as I was like, "What?" So I'm like texting him out like, what do we mean? I'm like running out to like look out the window to like see, because I think it's just at my house. I'm like, no, please.
He down my address.
Logan is here. We need to leave immediately.
It's like
we
this,
need to
the
flee the
second
country.
Mario movie. Logan is coming. This kid I used to be friends with, like the teacher was like explaining this entire like convoluted project, and it was really stupid. And but I was like listening in, and then like after like her like 20-minute spiel, he like looks at me and he's like, "What are we doing?" And I was just like, I was like, great. And like the entire
that was
was
every day with him.
And the entire time I was like kind of squinting because I at this point I didn't really bring my glasses into school, so I could never see anything. And the teacher just like stopped and was like really offended. And he's like, "What doesn't make sense to you? Why do you keep looking at me like that? Like, why are you judging me?" And I was like, "What? What?" I was like, I was like, "Oh, I just can't see." And it's like, "What can't you see? What don't you get about this?" I was like, "Huh?" I was just like so lost. I was like, I don't know why she got so offended. And like she like, and I was trying to explain like, "Oh no, I just can't see without my glasses." Like, and she like didn't believe me for some reason. Like, I was like, "Okay." I'm like, "What?" Like, what?
What?
That reminds me of this kid I used to like literally be best friends with, but he was so like cringy and like edgy. Like he would like just tell these insane things. Where he's like, "I had a dream where I killed my entire family," and I was like,
"What?"
And I'm like, "Oh," and he's like, "Yep, in cold blood. I remember how I did every single person." And then I would just be like, "Okay," and then like he was like,
He's so cool.
Yeah, and then like, he was like, do you remember what's the channel called, Dan Plan?
Yeah.
He like watched them and he would do like the am I like a psychopath tests they do, and he'd be like, I got 100 score in it, which means I'm a psychopath. Isn't that kind of cool and quirky? And I'd just be like, "Yep." And then he would like it'd be like he would like, I have an in-depth vision of how every single one of my friends, I'm gonna kill them. And I'd just be like, "Okay."
Oh.
And he'd be like, "You're gonna die in a fire trying to cook something that I'm gonna cause." And I'm gonna be like, "Okay." We used Chromebooks in middle school, and there was this kid who he would just basically be like a random equals funny guy who like nobody liked, but like would try and do these jokes to, like, be funny, and they were genuinely hilarious because he was trying so hard to be funny, and like would just so like the teacher would be like, "Take out your Chromebooks," and he'd just be like, "Take out your Chromia balls," and like. And so we just like, and like it would become like, and like she was like, I use a Mac," and then he'd be like, "Big Macintosh," and our religion teacher like wouldn't know what to do with him because he just interrupt class.
No.
So she'd literally just like make him go in his seat, like pick up his seat and put him in the closet with him in the seat. And then like she'd be like, "Okay, now back to the lesson." And then like, but he would like do stuff like knock on the door the entire time and be like, "Can I come out?" So funny, because it was
No. I just lost 2 boats in the span of a minute. I think the real geniuses of the class are the people who have absolutely no idea they're being funny. Like, there's this kid, he would always walk into class with these like golden Uggs, like these like glimmering Uggs, and I'd like, okay, I don't want to be mean, but like it was the last thing I expected him to wear. Like with it, like it just did not fit him in the slightest. He got like really obsessed with disco music.
Oh,
and it would always he always call himself the king of disco. He'd be like, "Did you know I'm actually the king of disco?" For the like school prom, he went to pay for his prom ticket, which is like, yeah, what, like $80. He paid for the entire thing in quarters.
Oh my god. I love this.
And like, not even as a joke, like not even remotely a joke. He has no idea that's funny. He just did it.
Now that we've reached the end of